All right, just another quick recap of last night's games. We made a quick switch to Luke Kennard and Reggie Bullock when we found out Stanley Johnson was out. So that kind of brought me to the idea of going live. So I think once I get to 100 subscribers is when I'll start going live right before lock. Hopefully that's by the end of the season, because at the end of the year, when not many people are playing, when people are becoming more inactive randomly, that's kind of when we do our best. But just a quick breakdown of today's slate. I think the stack of Russell Westbrook, Elfrid Payton, and Devin Booker is going to be one that works. It's one that worked a few nights ago when they played. It's a high total game again. And they all had over 50 points the last time they played, so that's a stack that I do not mind. Beginning of point guards, obviously I like those two, Westbrook and Payton. I also really like Kyrie Irving in cash, and then Spencer Dinwiddie as well in cash. Dinwiddie hasn't gotten fewer than 25 DK points in the last 10 games, and I think Kyrie Irving's going to be good for a bounce-back spot. So getting to shooting guard, the one I want to touch on the most is going to be Klay Thompson here. Every time he plays the Spurs this year, he's had over 20 real-life points. That hasn't equated to a lot of DK points, but I think if he gets a couple more rebounds that go his way or a couple more assists that go his way, that'll get his average up over 30 DK points against the Spurs, so that's a play I do not mind too much. Also, you could go with D'Angelo Russell. He's looked good recently. He's been getting his minutes up. And obviously, I touched on Devin Booker earlier in that high total game. Look for him to be a nice tournament option for you. So, getting to small forward here. It's kind of how you want to break down who's a small forward here. I went with DeMarre Carroll, and then Batum, and then Kyle Anderson. Carroll's just been so consistent. Then his last 10 games, he's only had one time where he hasn't got over 20 DK points. He has 5.9K price. That's not too bad. The one time he did go below that was actually against the Charlotte Hornets, so that's a little troublesome. But getting to Kyle Anderson here, he's a guy that I like this slate. Every time he goes against the Golden State, he seems to do well. Golden State cannot handle slow-mo for some reason. He's averaged over 35 DK points against them this year, and then dating back to the playoffs, he's done really well against them as well. Then Nicholas Batum, I just like him a lot. He's a nice cash play. He's a little bit too high priced to be in play, so I like him a lot. Getting into power forward here. I do kind of like TJ Warren tonight as a tournament option. Not going to throw him in this video, though. I like Dario Saric for cash. He's been consistent lately. He's another guy that hasn't got below 25 DK points in a while. LMA, he could be in a nice bounce back spot going against Golden State. The last time he went against them, he was priced more that night, so he definitely that night. I think he will tonight, priced down, like I said, $500. Not a bad option. Then you could also go with Bertans as a value play. He's a little bit too cheap. If he gets you 20 minutes, he'll probably get 20 DK points, which on today's slate, that won't be too bad. Getting into center here, you got Dwight Howard going against the Brooklyn Nets. Man, if he would have just not went off the last game, he would have been a little bit too cheap here, but I think he's priced just about right, where he'll still get you good value. He still has some tournament upside, but there's a little bit where he can actually disappoint you here. I do like him a lot, though, just as price point. Whiteside's definitely a tournament option. I ended up with him a lot because I couldn't get to LMA. And then Karl Anthony Towns going against Boston, he put up 60 DK points the last time we faced them. So that's not a bad option for me today. I kind of like that play a lot. It's going to be hard to get him into our builds because we're going to be forcing Russell Westbrook into them. And then, so to get some of those guys, Russell Westbrook or Karl Anthony Towns, you're going to have to have value. Dante Cunningham actually put up 45 DK points the last time we played the Charlotte Hornets. Not a bad option for you. Caspi here for the Golden State Warriors. Anytime he gets minutes, he does produce. And I think tonight, with all the people being inactive, he'll get you 20 minutes, which will definitely equal over 20 DK points if he gets those minutes. So he's a guy I really like tonight. And then Grant for OKC. He's been consistent as of lately. He's kind of like one, if you want to be safer, you kind of play him. You know he'll get you 15 DK points. Kind of the same goes for Dante Cunningham as well. And then Marquise Chris and then Manu Ginobili. They're both going to be nice tournament options for you. They have high upside. Not bad plays. But if you guys like, once again, just give me a subscribe. Trying to get to 100 followers so we can do live videos. Here's our lineup for tonight as of now.